Hello, it's David again. So in this final video for the What is SEO and How It Works Step-by-Step Beginner's Guide course. Okay, so we're on longtailscorpion.com. Again, we're using system.io. So I'm just going to give a basic summary of everything that I've done and show you kind of how to format it and everything like that. So in system.io, remember, you have this arrow up here that will show the final blog post or the updates that you've made, so you can check on the preview mode. Okay, so you can see here, this is how it looks on the website. And then, when you go to longtailscorpion.com, just find this blog post. It should be on the home page, updated. I'm going to double check that now. But as you can see, all I'm missing is the download for the PDF. So I might put that right on as a link to like a Google Drive link. I just might do that for now anyway. And because I plan on putting an email opt-in on the homepage anyway. All right, so that's the preview there. And then in the editor in system.io, let's see, so if you go in settings, double check all your title, descriptions, keywords. Make sure everything's good, just so you can see here, title, description, keyword, right? That's the basic format of everything, how every page is going to be laid out like that, okay? So make sure it's good, and as you can see, it's fine there. No issues with that. And let's see, so those are just other elements. Okay, and then if I click on the phone or the mobile icon up here, it'll actually show it in this editor in the mobile format, just like that. So it doesn't go to another page, and you can scroll it. This is exactly how it would look if you went on your phone and checked it out. Okay, it looks really good, formatted pretty well. And actually, this article, as you can see, the summary there, the key takeaways, I added to that, and there's my bio. This actual article is over 2,500 words, so it's definitely long. And just click the mobile link there. So I got to change these links up here. That's pretty much what I'm going to do to finish that. And then with backlinks, I want to just kind of emphasize this because I don't think I really talked about it too much. But off-page SEO is backlinking. That's pretty much backlinking is probably the major part of off-page SEO, because when you talk about like all the Google properties, the Google Marketing Platform, as it's called, the GMP, where you would use Google Search Console and all the Google properties, you can go into there. I'll create videos on those later. But as far as off-page, that would be everything you do with Google is more technical SEO. Okay, off-page SEO is everything off of your website. All right, exactly how it sounds, meaning you're adding backlinks to point to your blog post. That's all that means. So, in a nutshell, you're going to create all your social media content about each blog post and point the link of the blog post, put it in your social media accounts, right, in the profile. So if you're creating the easiest example I could describe to you is if you're creating an Instagram post or a Facebook post, you put the link right in the body of the post or in the caption of your Instagram. If you're creating a YouTube video, you're going to put the link of your post or whatever you're pointing to in the description. So you want to put it at the top of the description. When you create YouTube videos, in your description, make sure you got good keywords in there related to the video. But your important links that relate to the content of your video should be at the top. Put it in that like first, I would say 2 to 5 lines of the description. Make sure it's somewhere in there so that somebody can look at it as they're viewing your YouTube video and say, oh, there's the link I need. I'm just going to click right on it, right? And then it'll jump them to the website, right? That's a backlink. So in a nutshell, a backlink, that's what gives your blog post power to get ranked on search engines. Okay, that's probably the easiest explanation I can give for backlinking. So basically, the credibility or the power of your of wherever the backlink is helps to rank the blog post or whatever it is better, faster. Okay, so in other words, YouTube is a very credible, popular website, right? It's probably one of the top, if not the top, place to get a backlink is YouTube and all Google properties. Even if you put backlinks in a Google Doc, it's still going to help, right? It's Google. But a YouTube description is a great place to put backlinks. So I would create as many videos as you can for your content, and then put your links there, as well as other social media channels. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, they're all great. Reddit, Pinterest, right? Those are all backlinks, and that's what's going to rank your properties faster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create in the next videos the YouTube uploads of the videos. I believe there's 5 total videos. This is the 5th one. Okay, and as an example, right? If you're not sure how to create the content on each section of the article or on the entire article. Now, if it's short, you can create 1 or 2 videos, right? In this video, I've got more than 2,500 words, so I could easily create, like if I was just creating this from scratch and I wasn't doing the course, I could easily do a video on each section. Just make them short videos, because remember, each video is really a vital asset to add a backlink. So that's where you're going to add your descriptions. You're going to have a full description, right, with all the links in there. So it's better to create, let's say, 6 or 8 videos on an article rather than just 1 or 2, because you got more videos, you got more assets you can utilize for backlinks. And that goes with all of your website pages, that goes with all your properties, whatever you're selling or what have you. You want those links in there. But especially if you're ranking, right, for SEO, and you want to get this on YouTube, on Google, specifically this particular blog post or any blog post, right, on Google page 1 for the particular primary keyword, which is up here, right? So I'm going to, and you can see I use that there. I've got extra stuff here that, text boxes and things. You can delete that, right? So this will create more space. Just going to bump that up, all right, and save it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to track this long tail keyword on Google. And I'm going to check tomorrow, which is October 22nd, and see where that will rank. And then we'll track the progress, and I'll let you know what I'm doing for updates. Okay, so we'll track the progress. I'm going to go to YouTube in the next videos. I'm going to show you how I upload videos. I'm going to show you the basic settings of each video. Not a full course on YouTube, but you'll get the basics from that. And then we'll also add the backlinks for this in each video and see how the progress of the ranking on Google is. Okay, and I have my profile set up here for this, the normal, you're logged into Google in your Gmail account, right? Google One, whatever you want to call it, account when you go to Google normally. So when you're doing when you're doing keyword research, you want to have open an incognito window, okay, to do your research. You don't want to have your profile influence the research. So I'm going to go here and just open a new cognito window, right? So now the influence of my profile is not in this search parameter, right? Whatever I do, this is all relate, it's all objective, basically, is best word I can use, right? There's no other outside influences like having your profile signed in. So here you can see what is SEO, how it works, step-by-step beginner's guide. That's the full 12-word long tail primary keyword that I'm using to rank, just to show you how easy it is to rank videos or blog posts, right, on Google. The longer the primary keyword, the easier it is to rank because you have a lot less competition, right, on longer words. For example, in comparison, I'll just kind of give you an example here. Let's see. So it's not showing me results as far as how many are in here. That's probably because I'm not logged in. Let me see what it shows at the bottom. Yeah, you can see there's 10 pages there. Okay. Basically, you're going to have a lot less SERPs or search engine results pages in a longer primary phrase than you will in a short one. So if I just searched for what is SEO, right, there's going to be tons of competition for that because it's only 3 words, right? So even though it doesn't say it, normally it would tell you the results on a normal page, right? So let me see if I go back here. Let's see. So if I go, what is SEO? Let me see if it shows it. I just want to show you this, but yeah, it's not showing it now. And you can see they added the AI mode there as a tab. But usually, or it used to, Google used to, yeah, they show it. There it is. So this long tail keyword, the primary keyword that I'm using to rank, has 67.5 million results. That means 67.5 million web pages are being logged in and ranked on Google. Obviously, there's millions of pages, right? If you were to actually go to the bottom and say, okay, how many pages there are, right? 10, and then next it would go on forever, right? It will go on for a long time. But if I just search what is SEO, and again, I'm in my profile, so that there are certain like results that'll be different, but I want to see how many results show up just for this keyword, see if it'll do it. Yeah, okay. So see how many more? There's close to 3 billion results as opposed to, what was it, 67 million? So that's a huge difference. That just shows you the competition. That's all I'm trying to convey here. The competition is a lot greater when you have a keyword that's 1 to, let's say, 4 words compared to, maybe 10 or 12 words, right? So that was 3 billion results compared to 67.5 million. Now it's 82,600,000, right? It changes here and there. Who knows what the real difference is as far as what they're getting, because it jumped from 67 to 82 in a matter of a minute or two, right? But it doesn't show it here on the incognito window. So this is where you're going to get your true results of what's ranking. So what is SEO and how it works, step by step beginner's guide. Obviously, this is a very long phrase, so most people aren't going to search for it. They'll only search for it if they happen to type it out and they see it in the drop down, right? But even though this doesn't show it, this shows the rankings a lot more objectively because I'm not signed in, as I said, right? So you can see here the videos show up right away. You're just going to ignore any AI information at the top. You're also going to ignore any sponsored ads that you'll see, that you might see in a shorter phrase. You would see those, okay? So then you got people ask, and now these are the real rankings that show up. You got SEO starter guide, you got Moz, beginner's guide to SEO, right? That's right on. Now, this is a perfect example of a shorter keyword phrase ranking for something different, even though whether it's longer or shorter, right? So their main keyword is beginner's guide to SEO. That's really what they're trying to rank for because it's the title, okay? Beginner's guide to SEO in the URL. You can see it right there, right? So that's the primary keyword. It's only 4 words, but it's easily coming up on the top of page 1 for this massively long but related keyword, right? It's a long tail keyword to their primary, or it could be, right? So it automatically kind of shows up there. And then you've got other rankings here: Digital Marketing Institute, Ahrefs, right? All the big websites. You got educational always shows up. If you can utilize an education website, an education domain, that's always a great spot to add backlinks to it, information, and put links on any kind of an edu domain. You should be good there with quality backlinks. So you can see here that's page 1, right? Obviously we're not gonna show up. Long-tailed scorpion's not gonna show up. It's probably gonna take a matter of, I would say, it could be a matter of at least a month, because there is, a lot of, I would say, more relevant domains, more, I'm trying to think of the word, I can't think of it, but better, long-standing domains, better quality domains that have been there for years is basically what I mean. Like you've got Bluehost, right? You got, let's see, you got SEMrush, obviously, Reddit, right? Those are all going to show up easily, quicker, and probably have been in these kind of searches for a while, right? You can see here, you can just see the different keywords they use for the titles. Every title is basically a primary keyword in and of itself in a certain way, right? SEO basics, how to do SEO for beginners, right? SEO beginner's guide, learn the basics. How do you learn SEO, step-by-step guide, etc., right? Those are all their primary keywords that they're using. And you can see it shows all these relevant secondary keywords there that show up that you can use. So when you type in any keyword, that's going to show up. These people also search for, and you can use these as your secondary keywords, right? So you got Shopify, Backlinko, Moz, right? Search Engine Land is a very popular site. That's page 3, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan these searches each day and see another Backlinko, how to do SEO for your new websites, 10-step guide, SEO 101, a beginner's guide to SEO. So all that relevant SEO titles that have been established a while, right? See, this one's 3 years old, more than 3 years old. It shows up on this long tail keyword. So what I'll do is I'm going to track the ranking of the article and see how long it takes to get ranked. Once we find it, it could be on like page 20 or something like that when it first shows up, and then we'll see how it grows from there. All right, so I just wanted to point that out. I know this has been a longer video, so I'll stop it right now. And in the next video, I'm going to show you my YouTube uploads, and then we're going to add those backlinks in the description. I'll show you how I set that up, and we'll go from there. All right, thank you. Talk to you soon.